Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is Lilo Siegel. In case if you've just found me now, I do have an English playlist, all sorts of sewing videos which might be interested for you. So you should check after you watch this video. Today I'd like to tell you all about applications. Well, everybody I think likes some nice applications. Maybe you prefer the ones which you can iron on. Some nice rhinestone applications. They're of course beautiful, but what's also very nice and which you can buy very cheap nowadays are embroidery applications. And you know, they're usually stitched onto a net. But this net is not always very nice if you put it on a material and you see the net, because you want this application to look as if the embroidery is directly stitched into your material. But therefore, the net is a little bit in the way. So in this video, I show you how easy it is to get rid of the net. And then you can stitch it on with a couple of stitches by hand, or of course with your sewing machine. So if you're interested, stay tuned because I'll show you.
So let's have a look at my application. You can see it's been put onto a blue backing mesh material. And of course you have to make the decision which material will you choose for underneath and what exactly do you want to do with it. I had this particular application lying around for quite a long time and couldn't quite make up my mind, because as you can see, if you put it, as an example, on white material, the white material, if you do not get rid of the net behind, gives it a funny look. But if you say, okay, I choose a blue material as a background, then you could leave the net behind because it just maybe melts into the material nicely. But it's not 100% correct way to do this. And I think you have to admit it would really not be a perfect match anyway. So I kept searching through my material and finally found a silver looking velvet, and I decided I will make a shirt out of this. So let's see what it looks like when I put my application on top of my velvet. And you can see right away it wouldn't be so nice if I could leave, or if I would leave all that mesh behind, because then the velvet doesn't show through correctly, and also it changes the color of this material into a kind of blue shadowed. So what exactly should I do, or what possibilities do I have? The first option, of course, always is to use some very good scissors. But you will find that it's not so easy, even if you're very, very careful, going along the edge to trim off all the excess net that is around there. And very quickly it could happen that you damage some of the threads from the embroidery. Then that would open up and the whole embroidery actually would be gone for you. So that is not really a good solution, and especially if you would like to make the insides also clear without the net, then you would really have a problem. That is not so easy. So here comes my idea and what I'm doing, and you should try that the same for your next application as well. To do it my way, you need a soldering iron with a very fine tip. And that is not a joke, as you will see in a moment. What you also need is either a glass table. I do have quite a big one for big parts when I'm doing them, but for little ones, like this application, it is enough if you have a little cutting board, which you might have in your kitchen anyway, which is out of glass, because that is very easy to clean afterwards in case if there's any leftovers from the net, from the actual soldering iron still on the glass, you can scrape it off with a glass scraper. So now you can watch me what I'm doing here. I'm going along with my fine tip along all the edges that I got on my application here. So what the heat does, it melts the mesh, the net, and automatically seals the edges off as well. With other words, from the melting, from the heat, from the solder ironing, the edges, when they cool off, they're like sealed off, so there is no damage whatsoever to the edges of your application and to the threads. And of course, I am not only going to be doing my edges from this, I also want to do this inside, because these are the big net parts which do not look correct or nice on my material, where I later will stitch it on. So I show you how easy it is on this very small part right in between here. I mean, it's so little, I could officially even leave those bits on because I wouldn't show so much. But you can see, no way you would be able to do this accurate and correct with some scissors, even if you have very, very sharp and good scissors. Because the main problem also is on these tight things, you need a very good eyesight. My eyesight isn't so good anymore, or never been. That's why this idea with the soldering iron is just fantastic for me. I love this work so much. And of course, I can also do the big parts then that are in the middle, because I want my blue flowers to show out on my silver material perfectly and nice. And that is then so perfectly for my eyesight and for the taste that I have, and mainly also for the model which I want to create with this shirt that I'm going to make. So let me do a big jump on this work. As you can imagine, I'm going to continue with this until all my net is totally gone before I add it onto my material. Here you can see how easy it is, how nice it is to just scrape it off from the underneath table or glass cutting board that you have. One more thing that I should also mention to you is, if you totally cut the net away like you see it here, then your application slightly is possible to move around. That means you could also, depending on what exactly you want to do with it, you can push it tighter together, or you can open it up more. With other words, you can create out of this your own design, how you want to use it. I hope you understood what I meant by saying this. And here you can see I put it on top of my material which I'm going to use. And you can also see what's hanging loose. I can change it around. And as soon as I got all the net cut away, this will even be more the case that I can push it into a form where I'd like to have my design for this particular look. Well, everybody, that is it for now. This is it for today. I hope I could give you a helpful hint, a helpful tip, how you can, on your next application, work with it for the best results for yourself. So I will say goodbye to you now. Please stay healthy and come around again. And please tell some of your friends that my videos are a good help for your next sewing projects. All the best to you in all the world. And don't forget, give me some comments. Okay, see you. Talk to you next time. Bye.